recording last week at the last minute.
You were sick.
It's true.
I'm sick. And also apologizing for being a little underprepared this week. This illness has really knocked me flat for the last week and a half.
Oh, man.
Is it a sinus bronchial sort of thing?
Yeah, it is. It's like a really persistent cough that just like came back with a vengeance.
That's that flu too that everyone's been getting.
Oh?
Yeah, no, they've literally been calling it that. It's like the sequel of flus.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I've heard of that too. It's happening in the office. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm a little underprepared, but I didn't want to let this go too long. I think we're in a really good place.
Yeah.
So, when last we left it, you were camped out in front of a tree that a druid had walked into.
Mm-hmm.
And Tushi had shared a nice story about his first meeting Chris.
Mm-hmm.
That was very nice. And I believe you failed to throw Alanverk into the tree once or twice.
Well, he succeeded. I just didn't successfully grab it.
Yeah,
Right.
So I was curious about this. Is there a reason we didn't try to climb the tree?
It would have been faster.
Okay. All right.
there.
All right. Just wanted to know.
You know me, and you know Alanverk, so.
Okay.
All right. So it is still the late afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Up to you guys.
I forgot. We have rations, but we don't have like any fresh food or anything like that, right?
No.
I don't know. You manage your own inventories, so.
Right, but I'm saying we didn't go hunting or anything. At
Not
some
yet.
point.
No, not at this point. You haven't. Do you want to go hunting?
Not really. I don't know if the druids will take kindly to us killing animals in the forest.
Unless there's sacrifices unto them.
Mm-hmm.
No, maybe.
Okay, so I think I got. What is it? So. Mrs. Tree hanging from branch, caught by Douchey, suffers no actual damage other than pride. And you all want to make a fire? Oh wait, or is it too early? Late afternoon? I'm not sure what time, what season it is.
Are we cold?
I don't think you're particularly cold right now.
Okay.
It's a temperate day outside, and like early spring, I want to say.
Are we pretty deep into the forest at this point?
I thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're not, because we're not going to set up camp and then like the highway is right next to it. Like we're pretty far in.
No, you're like a day's journey into the forest. Well, half a day's journey into the
Half a
forest.
day's journeys. Okay. I think we just set up camp for the night and hang here. I mean, where else are we gonna go?
By the way, I did have firewood.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah, so we don't have to accidentally chop a druid to try and make a fire.
Nope, I specifically got firewood when Chris was like, yeah, let me bring an axe to the forest where we hang out with the druids and chop up some firewood. And I was like, no. Let's not do that.
Good call.
Let's not do that.
All right.
Unatra, do you know how to make a fire?
Well, that is an entirely different question. And I'm going to assume it's based on survival.
Did you buy like flint and steel and stuff?
Yeah, I have flint and steel and I have firewood.
Flint and steel is not that hard to work. I'm pretty sure you can figure it out.
All right. That's
So,
cool. Do I have to roll for it, or can we just say
No. I think you can start a fire pretty much at will with flint and steel.
Okay, because I don't want to roll a 1 and burn down the forest either. So
Yeah.
You want to put one foot in front of the other. Roll a dexterity check.
Yeah. No, I think you can figure out how to work flint and steel. I mean, it's not the easiest thing in the world, but it's also, I mean, it's easier than climbing a tree. So.
Okay.
Hey. Oh, Unatra, you wanna put it in a like kind of a pyramid pattern, and you want to put rocks around the firewood.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to. Wait, how you're doing it right now? That doesn't work. It's not gonna. You're gonna drown it. Here.
All right.
Let me help.
I trust the person with all our skills. Like literally, who has all the skill points.
Here, like this.
Any ranks in anything.
I believe the term is HM slave.
Oh, okay.
I've never heard that term, but okay. Like this. Hey, Douchey, do you mind grabbing me some of those rocks over there? Just trying to make it.
Sure. Yeah. I assume I can pick up larger rocks than other people here, so I pick up some pretty large ones and start stacking them around.
That's really big. Okay. That works. All right. And Unatra, do you want to do us the honors and light the fire?
Yes, I will light the fire.
Okay.
I like the fire.
Ooh.
It's warm. It's warm and comforting.
Yes. As fires tend to be.
Yeah.
As we're sitting here, I sort of want to bring up to the group. I think it's really great that you guys are willing to help me with this. And after the druids help Christopher, do you guys think that there's any way that the druids, if they are benevolent, that they might be able to help us with our outstanding other predicament in any sort of way?
Yeah, I would really like to know if they can just at least point us in the right direction. We do need like some sort of army or something to try and tackle our problems.
I don't know enough about druids, but druids tend to be isolationist, right?
Mm-hmm.
They tend to be neutral aligned.
I don't think they're going to want to get involved.
Yeah, maybe they'll point us out, but I wouldn't bet on anything beyond that.
Or at the least some sage wisdom. We're all pretty stupid.
Yeah, that's true.
That would
God,
be really nice.
We don't need that sage wisdom, man.
Man, I wish I knew this type of stuff. You guys are pretty smart about this.
Oh, wise druid, why do hot dogs come in packages of 8 and hot dog buns come in packages of 10?
Apparently, if you learn that, you also learn the
Or is it the other way around?
the like ultimate kung fu moves. I don't know if anybody else saw Bulletproof Monk, but I did.
Okay.
Is it a rental or a buy?
You're proud of that fact?
That's the secret. That's how he knows that he's worthy of knowing the final kung fu magic. Is when he figures out why it is that hot dog puns come in packages of 8, or of 10, and hot dogs come in packages of 8.
So why do they?
It's not told to you. Otherwise, then the viewer would know all the magical kung fu.
Wow.
That's lazy writing right there.
Deeply lazy writing. It's a terrible movie.
Right. Sounds like a rental.
It sounds like a watch it for free. Don't put money in it.
Got it.
But it does have Sean William Scott and Chow Yun Fat, I believe.
Yeah, both Pokemon got a Shine Fat in it. I've never watched it, but
It's not good.
Sean William Scott?
Yeah, is Sean William Scott supposed to be a selling point?
I like Sean William Scott. I think he's funny. I don't think he's ever meaning to be funny, but I don't know. I like Stifler.
And I like the dude, where's my car?
Yeah. All right, so
How do you all know so much about druids?
I'm just guessing off of their general vibe, like kind of hanging out in forests away from other people and like throwing rocks at people who come their way.
I mean,
Maybe like they don't want to get involved with other people's shit. This is just a theory.
I don't know. My Aunt Pam used to be part of a nudist colony, and they used to always like be inviting people to like come be naked with us, and I didn't want to do it.
I don't think that's the same as druids.
I'm sorry.
but-
Was that douchey telling that story or Paul?
That was
I just think it's amazing that douchey has an Aunt Pam.
the human side.
Oh, right, of
right.
course.
What about you, Natra? How do you know so much about druids?
An orc
I would-
municipality.
I would think something about religious families tend to know at least some stuff about other magic or religious. I don't know. I don't know what druids actually fall under. So
Do they
I
worship?
just feel.
Do they worship anyone that could help us?
I think they worship gods of nature. Can I use a religious check?
Yeah, you
for
can do
this?
knowledge religion.
Knowledge religion.
Druid kind of counts as a religion.
I rolled a 15 plus something. Let's see. Knowledge religion is +3, so 15 plus 3, 18.
If only there was a book that had a bunch of information on druids.
Yes. I mean, I can literally look that up. I have the player's handbook if that's in there.
Yeah, there's a whole section in the character classes. There's literally a religion bullet point, and this is what it says for druids. A druid reveres nature above all. She gains her magical powers either from the force of nature itself or from a nature deity. The typical druid pursues a mystic spirituality of transcendent union with nature rather than devoting herself to a divine entity. Still, some druids revere or at least respect either Obad Hai, the god of nature, or Alana, the goddess of the woodlands.
I don't remember too much about those gods or goddesses, but
They're deeply
if they
neutral.
Yeah, that's what I figured. If they revere nature, I mean, there's no proof that this god of primordial being of chaos would be against nature per se, but I would imagine he's not for it either. Maybe we could try to convince them, but I wouldn't think without any threat right now that would be a threat towards the druids. I'm sorry, right now that they would do anything, I guess.
I mean, people who are worshiping chaos, as we sort of assume that they are, would likely not be like there is a natural order.
That sounds like an awfully lawful take on nature.
Yeah, I don't think there is a natural order to it.
There's trees grow upwards towards the sun. I believe under a chaotic world, they would go whichever way they wanted.
I don't know about your grasp on chaos. Let's just get
Adushi knows very little about religion. He is staunchly atheist.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, atheist as in you don't believe in the existence of any of these gods that run our world and give us powers?
No, Dushi has yet to see any power directly work for him.
Okay. All right.
It's interesting.
Nice. Cynical half-orc. Big fan.
I tried to be an atheist last time we played, and Francis wouldn't allow it.
I didn't say I wouldn't allow it. I just, it's pretty difficult to convince me that you're an atheist in a world where clerics really do exist. And they perform magic on a pretty regular basis.
And you perform magic too. Yeah, I know it's not like cleric magic, but
Yeah, to be fair, his magic is innate.
Oh, it is. Oh, right.
Right, because he's a sorcerer, so his magic is innate arcane magic.
Oh, never mind.
I think we should go on a bunch of adventures, and maybe this will become our interesting backstory, which will creep up again at a later point in time, at the end of the season when all the threats could come together and we're more powerful. This is just an idea.
What you're saying is after we've saved the world, we'll get into like large philosophical discussions and start like universities or churches or anti-churches.
Just so you know, there is a rule book that gives stats for all the gods.
You know if they existed.
Yeah, but we don't know about that.
Theoretical stats.
I'm just letting you know, out of game, that I really want to own that book, and therefore may make an excuse to purchase it.
Okay, that doesn't sound as good.
For fun.
For fun. Yeah.
But my character is all about waiting till the next day and not doing anything that would harm nature and cause the druids to hate us.
Yeah, I don't want to mess with someone that can walk through trees. That does not sound like a good time.
Yeah, we can't even climb one.
Hallenberg's pride goes through the ground down to Hades,
Where it belongs.
where it belongs.
Yeah.
I sit on a twig and break it. I'm like, oh shit. Maybe that was his brother.
Arm.
What do we do? So what time? I'm assuming it's like dusk at this point. I was talking about.
Yeah, it's late afternoon, so the sun is beginning to go down.
Really wish I could have climbed that tree.
Hey, what happens if animals attack us?
Then you fight them or run away as you see fit.
No. I'm asking the group. Like,
Oh, okay.
like if animals attack us and we fight them and kill them in self-defense, that won't piss off druids, right?
I can't. Man, I don't know. I think we should just do our best to avoid the conflict. Maybe fire bad, wave fire,
Yep.
take fire.
See if we can intimidate them.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I am pretty good at
They're more
intimidation.
scared of
I don't know
us
if that
than
works.
we are of them.
Depends on the animal.
Unless they're psychotic rats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those guys weren't scared of you at all.
Yeah, that's messed up.
I buried all the animals we did kill already, so we're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, good call.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know.
Hey, druids, here's a bag full of. What the fuck did we kill? Badgers? I don't even remember.
I think you had a badger in there.
Really?
A python.
Yeah,
maybe?
I did have a badger. Yes, I did.
We buried all of that, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
way
that's
before we
right.
got into the forest. Thank
Yeah.
Give
goodness.
them a proper Christian burial.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the druids could have told us what happened to them.
Yeah, that's right. The druids would totally not take offense to us killing these animals and just showing their decomposing bodies.
Yeah, I wasn't entirely sure. I said maybe they could have told us.
Yeah.
They were abominations. They were twisted from their natural.
And maybe they could have told us how it occurred.
Yeah.
This conversation lulls Douchey to sleep, and he's in his bedroll and is spooning the box that has Christopher in it, and on underneath his the crook of his legs, Momo, his cat, is sleeping, and as his pillow is his goat.
Nice.
He's just like a Disney princess with his animals around him.
Wow.
Okay.
Should we
We
keep
just-
quiet or? Is...
We just hear
Um,
loud half-orc atheist snoring.
Never mind. Douchey's fine. We don't.
should we set up a watch schedule?
I guess just the three of us.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll take first.
I'll take second.
I'll take third.
Okay. Time to get some shut-eye, I guess. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do the bedroll and put my backpack as my pillow.
Durkin gets in his tent because he's got one. And when he's out of sight, does his ritual with his putting his toupee in his glass case.
Right. Putting on his nightcap.
Yes, he does.
I have a tent too, but it's not cold, right?
It's not particularly cold, no. It might get cold in the middle of the night, That tends to happen in temperate zones.
All right, sure. I'll set up a tent anyway. Whatever.
Okay.
Yep.
The night passes without incident.
Whoa.
Ooh. All right.
Okay.
It's just very convenient that my dice tower is next to the microphone.
That is legit convenient because it does add like a bit of stress every time we hear it roll. We're like,
Like at this point,
Yeah, exactly.
wow, that sounded like a 35 there, Chris.
So since I went to bed first, is when I wake up, is there any way I can roll to listen to see if there's any source of running water nearby?
You can make a survival roll to try and find water. I mean, I guess you could make a listen check to see if you hear it. But
Okay. Which do you suggest?
I mean,
I
to
have
me,
no
a survival check would be more. I go out actively looking for water.
Mhm.
Okay.
Whereas a listen check would just be like, do I hear the burbling of a stream?
Yeah, I'm specifically looking for running water with a survival check, and I roll a 15.
It's pretty good. You find a small stream.
Nice.
Not anything you'd want to like set up a city near, but like probably enough for each of you to drink from.
Okay. So I'm gonna go over to that, and in the running water, I'm just like, I'm cleaning up my face. I want to look presentable in case Christopher turns into a human today. I want to make sure I look not dirty, and of course I drink from the water, freshen up with that.
Rockin'.
Do your animals drink from the water too?
Yes,
Yes. Cool.
Nice.
we're all freshening up like in a line together.
Like kind of like a pride of lions drinking water from a. Cool.
And did you guys eat dinner last night, or did you all just go to bed?
Just went to bed.
I assumed I ate some rations.
I did.
okay.
I was gonna eat rations in the morning when I wake up.
Okay. Just making sure that if you have rations listed, you mark off the appropriate amount,
Right.
How long have we been out? 2 days?
give or take.
Okay.
This is like the morning of the second day since you left.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
morning of the third.
Oh shit. All right. So
So I've used 2 days of rations?
Yeah, at this point.
Okay.
all right. I'm gonna go ahead and. So we're all awake, sort of. Did
Mhm.
Dushi let us know about the stream and stuff?
I don't know.
Yeah, guys, there's a stream over there. I come back like, it with like, maybe like a scrap piece of clothing like wrapped around my head the way like women do when they walk out of the shower.
All right.
Guys, there's a stream over there. It is freshwater, delicious.
That's good. That's worth waking up for. So I think Durkin is awake at this point since he was the last on watch. So I think
Yes.
Durkin, you want to go first?
Sure.
Yeah.
I go. I have a water skin, right? Yes. I fill up my water skin
Okay.
and splash some water on my face. Come back. Nothing really to do.
Not getting clean or anything.
I kind of. I don't know.
You
You
didn't
know,
bring any
you-
soap anyway, so.
You and Alan Burke are the messier ones who didn't
Yeah.
clean up before. Just putting that out there.
Yep. Sounds accurate. All right. I'll go next. Take water. I just fill up water, splash water in my face, and then I proceed to come back, tap Unatra if she's not awake to wake her up now, and then I proceed to eat 2 days worth of rations. Here we go.
Go.
Yeah, in one go.
Okay.
I just, I guess, drink some water, wash up a little bit. Nothing too crazy.
All right.
A horse shower
A what?
where you just like sort of pat down like the important bits and then leave.
Okay. Yeah.
My dad used to call that a Swedish shower.
Oh.
It's a little bit less offensive. I don't know. Maybe is it less offensive, or is it just as
It's
offensive but against different people?
It's offensive against the Swedes.
Yeah. Well, fuck him. No, I'm kidding. I'm just
Trying to decide if Durkin's the kind of guy who's going to try to watch Unatra shower.
No, I'm not having that in the plan.
No.
It wasn't even my decision. It's just like
Too
no.
much.
I love it. I love it.
All right. I think he's not that terrible of a person.
No, I don't think so
He's
either.
got enough sexual harassment seminars that he knows he's not supposed to. Very least.
All right.
In this world, sexual harassment seminars are effective.
Damn.
That is the true fantasy.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
So sad.
So, you're all freshened up, and you're back at camp, and you are, I guess, breaking down camp, waiting.
Yeah, I roll back my my bedroll.
Okay.
Yeah, just waiting.
One of you had a mirror, right? Because I feel like I wanted to buy that, but I think someone said they did.
Yeah, I have a steel mirror. What do you need
Okay.
it for?
I have a mirror.
No,
as
no,
well.
no, no. This is just I'm just re-looking over some of the stuff I had and wondering why I didn't get certain things.
Mm-hmm.
And I got this bell. I ring the bell.
That's okay.
I'm sort of like breaking down the fire so that like putting each rock back to where I initially found it, putting leaves back over the fire pit, making sure it's completely out. Like I want these druids to be like, look at how well these guys tried at not destroying nature in any capacity.
All right, that seems fair. Yeah, I guess roll.
Roll for how
I'm
well
not
I
gonna make
did.
you roll for that. You do okay.
All right.
I rolled an 18, so I'd say I did more than okay.
You did a great job. Great job. So yeah, so you're I guess hanging out around camp, and then all of a sudden, the large druid from yesterday steps out of the tree that he had stepped into the day before, and behind him comes a small. You think elven, maybe half elf, but like very, very old. Like you're scared that he's gonna die any minute. Old.
Damn.
And like doesn't move real fast, just kind of shuffles along, and is speaking in Druidic with, is speaking in a language that none of you understand, which is more than likely Druidic, with the Druid that led him here.
I bow deeply, like on my knees, like face into the earth, like hands splayed out, like face down, ass up.
I get nervous and I just bow very quickly. Like I don't know what to do. I just kind of follow what Dushi's trying to do.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not just gonna randomly bow to. Was the person look like they're expecting people to bow to them? I don't. I'm just gonna not
you
look
can roll a
threatening.
sense motive check to find out if you think that.
16,
Plus your wisdom.
which is 0 or -1.
God damn it. You suck.
I mean, it's still good. It's still 16. What is this? Sense motive?
It's 0.
It's no. I get +2 from.
And yeah, you have +2 from a feat, I think.
Yeah. 18.
You don't feel like the druid is expecting people to bow.
That sounded weird the way you said it, but okay. I'm just gonna not look threatening.
Okay.
And polite if I can, but I don't know how to look polite. I smile.
All right. Jorgen, anything?
Welcome back, your naturefulness.
I roll my eyes at Durkin. She's like, Christ, that was like the worst thing you could have done.
But my smile becomes less of a smile.
Mm-hmm.
What a disappointment.
Yeah.
The larger druid ignores Durkin completely, and leads the older druid to right up to Dushi. And he puts his hand out and says, "Give."
Oh, yes. I just sort of reach around and pull the box that has Christopher off of the necklace, hand it to the druid.
Okay. The younger druid opens the box and sort of holds it out in front of the older druid, who takes Christopher in his hands, and you see him sort of cast a spell and speak to Christopher for a little bit, and then he sort of, while still holding Christopher, sort of lowers his hands down and nods a little bit, and he looks at you. He motions Dushi towards him.
I fearfully and hesitantly, but do step forward.
Okay. He reaches out sort of slowly, and I mean, you know how the elderly can be very, very deliberate but careful, and
A little
puts
shake, a little tremble.
yeah, puts his hand on your. I mean, he has to reach up, but he puts his hand on your shoulder, and casts another spell. You are entitled to a Fortitude save, but you can also choose not to make that Fortitude save.
Oh, can I? Is there a should I sense? Is there anything I can sense to do I feel endangered by this or?
You don't think this is going to be pleasant? I mean, historically, the transfer of your life force into Christopher is not a very pleasant experience.
Gotcha.
So you're used to that.
I'm used to it. So
this is
might think
a little bit different a ceremony. You're not quite as familiar with exactly what's happening here, but you know that pain is on its way.
Cool. Yeah, I sort of assume that this is a homebrew version of the other ceremony I'm used to. So yeah, I won't make a Fortitude save.
Okay.
We all look nervously. I'm assuming.
You take 9 damage.
Oh
Wow.
And you see sort of his hand starts to the hand that's on your shoulder starts to glow a little bit, and then a few seconds later the hand that's holding Christopher starts to glow a little bit. And he just sort of holds this position in silence for 40 seconds, 45 seconds, something like that.
Do we see Douchey react? Does he go, ah?
I don't know. Do you exclaim in pain? I feel like you don't have to if you don't want to.
No, I think I just sort of wince and maybe a small fart is emitted.
Durkin looks over at Alan Burke and says, I think it's working.
I'm just amazed at the whole process. I don't know what to think of it.
So after about 40 seconds of silence, both of his hands stop glowing, and he sort of places Christopher back in the box very gently, and then the younger druid closes the box back up and hands it back to Douchey.
I accept the box and go back to a kneeling position.
Like a collapse or like a genuflection?
Like I am weakened from the ceremony, but it's more of a thank you for doing whatever you've done, and also kneeling with a hope to hear please explain what you did. But I don't know. I feel like it's there in my body language of thank you. I await to hear what the fuck happened.
Anybody can roll a sense motive now.
All right, I will definitely do that.
Oh, yeah.
9
7.
plus 2.
7, 11.
1.
Nice.
Wow.
16.
Nice. So I was going to say those of you who rolled above 15, by which I mean Douchey, you can tell that the older druids, he pities you, right? He feels bad for you. He reaches out and sort of he puts his hand on your head in a sort of priestly way, in a very sort of it'll be okay, comforting way. And then he looks up at the younger druid and says something in that language that you don't understand. And then he turns around and just walks back into the tree.
Both of them or the older?
No, just the older druid. The younger druid sort of puzzles for a moment, as if he's searching for the right words, and just looks and says to Dushi, "Safe for now." And he then turns and walks into the tree.
As he starts to walk away, I sort of desperately call to him in a non-threatening way, just like in a totally weak moment. For how long?
That stops him in his tracks. I'm trying to think of how he would communicate this. He stops sort of like one hand on the tree. I guess. So he stops and he says, 2 full moons. And then he finishes walking into the tree.
Hey, that's not bad.
Thank you.
You said normally it's like weeks at a time, right? Like once a week or something? What was it?
Yeah, this will buy me time, and given our circumstances, it's more, I guess, than I could have hoped for.
Okay, so what? 2 months, maybe. What was the moon like last night?
You're in a forest. You do not see the moon.
Okay, what was the moon like the last time? Do all of us just forget what the like?
Yeah, we sort of camped in a field the night before. So
yeah, but I also didn't purposely try to remember like what type of moon it was.
Yeah, so you remember totally that the moon is I think the term I'm looking for is gibbous moon.
Okay. Waxing or waning?
You do not remember if it's waxing or waning.
Fuck.
Okay.
It's so important.
What time of year is it?
It's spring. I think I said early spring.
Oh, so it's perhaps a sap moon.
What? What is that? Why do you have that?
It's a postcard from my dad.
That's awesome. Yeah, it could be a sap moon. That makes sense to me. Why are they faces and not little moons?
I don't know.
That's interesting.
It's the man on the moon.
Hey, Dushi,
yeah, you don't remember if it's waxing or waning. But also, like,
we have a concept of months, like.
Yeah, but
right? Do we know like a moon cycle is within a month in this world? Is it?
Yeah. I mean, you're familiar with the lunar cycle. It basically mirrors the real world. Like, you're like, that should be about
2 months.
2 months, 50 days, something like that.
So if we want to be safe, check again in like maybe 6 weeks. But in 2 months, it gives us time to do whatever we need to, I guess.
I mean, despite this, Dushi opens the box daily to check on the condition and to feed Christopher aphids.
Right. Of course.
Durkin walks over, tries to reach up and put his hand on Dushi's shoulder. Definitely
Dushi's
can't
on
reach.
his knees at this point.
What?
Dushi's on his knees at this point, so you might be able to reach.
Yeah.
Okay. I say, sorry, man.
I think that Dushi actually returns to his feet just as you do that, and so you sort of like paintbrush down his back and like touch his butt instead.
Nice. Seems reasonable.
But he respects the kind gesture regardless, and maybe more so.
Durkin awkwardly wipes his hand on his pants. Like, okay.
Well,
Yeah, I just sort of give you a nod. If you don't mind, I'll be sort of with my thoughts still after that experience. I will follow wherever you guys wish to lead, and since you helped me, I will I'll help you in any way I can as our journey commences.
Yeah, we should talk about what our next move is.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's no way to go but down. We gotta head back. I just don't know what to do once we get back there.
Back where?
Back where we came from, which is so long ago. I've actually forgotten the name. You know.
Yeah, I should definitely write down what the names of these cities were, because I do not.
Westwind, right?
How far north was the other major city? I think wasn't there like a second major city where
It's like
there
weeks.
was.
It's like weeks north.
weeks?
Yeah.
But it was like 2 weeks.
And then there was where we came from. There was a port, right? That we thought maybe.
No, we were told that it's not a big port. We'd need to get a fisher person to get us to like an actual bigger port, which is like many days away, and then from there try and do something.
Sure. But I'm saying we could.
Well, what are we looking for? Are we looking for someone who's going to clear our name, or are we looking for assistance in taking down this cult?
That's a good question.
I
feel like my character would be pretty invested in trying to take down the cult, but obviously, if the group isn't, clearing our name would be just a good first step. But I don't like this primordial entity.
You don't like what?
The primordial entity.
Oh, yeah.
Erythal.
Mhm.
Yeah, I really don't like him and the concept of the world bestowing chaos on our current world. So
I don't think our chances of taking down this cult are too good at this point.
really, I would
And-
think that with your leadership, you would really think that it would be a plausible thing to do. Like no task too difficult for you.
It's because I'm such a good leader that I know this isn't something we'd be able to accomplish.
Oh, is that okay? So what you're saying is you would fail if we tried to accomplish this.
No, we wouldn't fail because I wouldn't try.
Oh, okay. Like that little head shake over there. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think we head to that other big city. It's further away from where our problems are. Probably fewer people will know us, and I don't know exactly what we're going to be able to find to either clear our names or get some help. But
either way, you
I mean, I think we're gonna have to play this a little bit by ear, because we don't have any allies, we don't have any friends. We need some place where we can get situated, maybe find a way to make some money, so we're not, living day to day on rations, and we can go from there.
I'm pretty happy with going to the next city. The only emergency thing that was holding us back before was trying to get Dushi's spider to be not dead anymore. So we got 2 months' time now. We should be able to make it to the city in 2 months without too much complication.
Well, yeah, and if we, considering that we sort of walked into the forest straight in from like wherever that city is, if we just walk in a like north western direction, we should, or north. Wasn't city on the west coast?
Yeah, you're on the west coast.
Yeah. So if we walk in a northwestern direction out of the woods from our current position, we should exit the woods again, unless we run into something mystical that like turns us around.
Okay, so if we are all agreed to go to the next city, are we going to go by
We have to go by foot. We have nothing else.
Yeah.
Or I guess we could walk back to the town and try to like stow away at port or buy tickets.
Yeah, that's what I thought we could have done, was try to go to the port. You said it leaves us to a bigger port town.
Yeah, I mean the port is mostly it's mostly for the local fishermen to bring their catch in. There's not a lot of commercial like travel traffic in and out, but you could probably convince a fisherman to take you up the coast.
Do we have so much gear and some of us animals and goats that we wouldn't be able to travel by horseback?
You could travel by horseback if you could get a hold of some horses.
We'd need horses, yeah, but
I also don't think they have horses in that little village we just came from.
Yeah, I don't think.
no.
I mean, I don't
Not
know if
many.
there's like a horse store where you can just go pick up some horses, but like it's surrounded by farmland, so you might be able to find some farmers willing to part with their horses.
Yeah, if we had money.
We got
I
some.
don't know. Maybe I can pay in song. I have my panpipe.
That's true.
Something tells me hardworking farmers who don't have a lot in life don't want to give a horse away for a night's performance.
You'd be surprised how boring it is living on a farm.
There's a reason Aunt Pam became a nudist.
There is. All right. Well, I'll follow you guys in either direction.
Do we in this new city that we're trying to go up the coast to try and see, then the next big
By
city.
the way, does anybody remember what the hell I called that city?
God, I don't know.
that not West Wind part?
Yeah,
I'm trying to go through my notes to find it.
West Wind is the city you started in.
Northwest Wind.
Town port.
You laugh, but like maybe.
Town port. Oh my god.
Oh, if we try to get a fisherman to take us, I think for sure we have to pay the fisherman.
It's probably true.
Or we
guys
could
have
treat
no
them
money.
like
At all?
No, we definitely have money. We just don't.
How much does a horse cost? I gotta look this up.
We actually have a decent amount of money.
we could treat him like a prostitute in Grand Theft Auto and like just kill him at the end.
That's a thing you could do.
It is, but for sure it's not something that Douchey would want to do. But I'm just saying someone could.
Murder hobo powers.
I have 34
Activate
gold left.
Goods and services. Okay. How much does a horse
Is
cost?
St. Cuthbert's Bay.
You said you had only 34 gold left?
Yeah.
How'd you spend all that gold?
Oh no, my bad. Sorry. This is cumulative. So I had 34 before, and we got 130 from the treasure room.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, shit.
My bad. I forgot because I wasn't there for the treasure room part.
Oh, okay.
All right.
And then we still also have the
151.
a regular freshwater pearl and the rich purple corundum. We just probably can't sell it here right now. Is that correct? Like, we never did anything with those, right?
Well, you can't sell it to someone in the middle of the woods. That's for sure.
Well, that's that too. I meant we probably can't sell it at the place we came from either, but that we could worry about when we get to Newtown. But we should each have 130 gold on top of whatever we had before.
Right.
From what? Did
Just
I write
from-
that down?
This was when we were like, this was the whole underground stuff we did.
This
How
is the
much-
stuff you stole from.
Excuse me.
What's
This is
her
the
name?
stuff we found from the supposedly
You found on Adriana York's property.
yes
Oh.
of something that she didn't even know was down there. That
So-
wasn't.
All right.
So you're saying the 2 gems in the corundum and I have freshwater pearl, those were worth total approximately 130 gold?
No. Those are worth something separately. The rich purple corundum and the freshwater irregular pearl. I forgot what it was. That was Alan Burke has a skill for that, right?
Yeah,
Right.
you appraised them.
To praise them, yeah. There was also on top of that 520 gold that we just as a party split between 4 people.
What out of character? How much gold do you have? Do I have this recorded right?
So I don't know how much you had starting, because I think that was that different from person to person.
That was different from person
It
to person.
was, but I'm guessing it's pretty close.
Probably, but
Once you've spent your money to go shopping, it winds up being within like 10 gold of each other.
Yeah. How much do you have?
I can't find the.
I have 151.
150.
I have. There's 100. Oh, I think I had 200 to begin with. How did I have 200 to begin with?
Well, you probably had 200, and then you were supposed to go shopping and buy things like
200 to. Oh, armor and weapon. Okay, that makes sense. But I know there's an extra 130, and I know I didn't. I have to figure out where my gold's listed. It didn't seem to be saved last time, so I'll probably just re-deduct it. But
I'm assuming I have the 130 recorded already then, because I have 173 right now.
That sounds like you have it recorded already. Then.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have had a lot of gold left
Not
before.
spend a lot of money.
All right. Would Durkin ride a pony and not a horse?
Yeah, you can buy a pony to ride on instead of a horse.
Okay.
Or
So
you can get a riding dog too.
This was the thing. No,
that actually costs more.
this was the thing at the
Yeah,
last.
you can ride them into battle.
This is This is the thing that happened in my last session with like another group. The gnome rides the riding dog.
Yeah, it's pretty
All
cool.
So a pony would cost 30, and then a light horse would cost 75. So the question is,
And you got to buy a saddle too.
oh yeah, I can't ride bareback.
Not without a lot of handle animal skill.
Calculate. Okay, so
And
Total-
Durkin can't ride my goat, right? We've established that. It's not a riding animal. It is
No,
just
yeah, it's not a. Your goat would probably just like stand stock still if you put Durkin on it.
Yeah, it's a fainting goat too. So
Oh, nice. Yes. Is it a rare crossbred screaming and fainting goat?
So how about we just go back to the old place first,
Which old place?
Okay.
right? Because either way, we either have to go back for horses, or we have to go back for more rations if we're walking, or we have to go back for boat ride if we want to do that. Either way, there's nothing to be gained by staying in the woods.
St. Cuthbert's Bay is a little small town we were just in, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have that total for a pony and a saddle for me, and then horses and saddles for the three of you would be approximately 295 gold total.
Okay.
So I guess the question is, could we get a fisherman to take us for less than that?
I don't know. We'll have to sweet talk someone.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about people who have most of their cash money sunk into their boat, right? Like, there's a cost for a ship, I think.
And a day's wage is like...
Yeah, it's like a few copper. You really...
We're not going to be making money.
130 gold is an astounding amount of money.
Yeah. Well, like
it's enough to buy a horse in cash, which is, for farm folk, it's a pretty big deal.
So we should definitely be able to get a fisherman to take us for less than this.
Yeah.
Also, remember that if you do buy horses, then everywhere you go, you have to stable them.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with horses right now. I prefer the boat personally, but
Yeah.
Seems like a good... I mean, for a couple days' work, or double his wages, we should be able to get him to take us.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you're basically covering what he would make during that time.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's not going to be fishing. Or, I mean, you could just be like, well, we'll be your crew for free if you drop us off up there.
Yeah, we could purchase our own fishing nets.
That would be a hilarious comedy to watch.
I would try that.
We could do partial too. We could like pay for a cheaper price and then just make up for it by helping fish. I'd rather just pay. I don't mind helping fish, but you know, I don't have a wide experience in my life with fishing.
It's also dangerous work.
See, my character didn't even know it was dangerous work. Like,
Well, one of you should probably know that it's dangerous work.
my character would definitely not know it's dangerous work. So
Well, you would find out quite quickly.
Durkin does not like doing work.
I'd rather just pay.
So yeah, we're packing up and we're heading back towards town.
Great.
Yeah.
Which way's town?
The fuck.
Town would be west.
West.
Yeah, west. We walked in, and I presume in a roughly a straight line. But we also have tree markers with illustrations of dicks on them.
This
God,
is-
what expert tracking or not tracking survival skills?
Hmm.
Oh yeah, Durkin should lead the way, obviously.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So Durkin picks up his handful of dirt and leaves, crumples it in his hand.
All right, let's make a survival check. You are getting a bonus for the fact that you made markings. It's not a great bonus because they weren't great markings.
What? The dick marking is not good?
Where are these dick markings come from? They were the letter D.
That's what I assume the D stood for.
No, D was either for Durkin or for Druid, depending on which way the arrows were facing.
Okay.
It makes total sense.
Mm-hmm. So you
Okay.
get like a +3 on your survival roll.
That's
This-
pretty nice. That's pretty
All right.
nice.
All right. Does anyone else want to try to convince Durkin that he shouldn't be leading?
Could
the way?
anyone else convince Durkin?
Yeah,
at this point?
that's
No.
the
You've had
bigger
such
issue.
a string of luck.
Yeah, Durkin convinced the shit out of us that he knew exactly what he was
Yeah.
doing. So that has not faltered in my mind at all.
All right. So, yeah. All right. Survival check. Here we go. 12.
Is that after the bonus?
That's total.
All right. You walk for a while, and then suddenly you can't find any of your markings anymore. And you've walked as much as you did yesterday, but you don't appear to be at the edge of the forest.
Would any of us know about how moss grows only on the south side of the tree?
Is that a wisdom
No.
thing?
So I always heard that was north, and that's in fact not true.
Just wondering if any of us heard that. Yeah.
Oh my god, why?
Oh, it depends on the forest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But since none of us know, I think none of your characters probably know either.
Gotcha.
Durkin. So, did we have a plan for how we were going to find our way back? We were going to follow the sun or something.
Well, yeah. If the sun is low enough in the sky, we should be able to see the shadows of the trees going towards us if we're walking towards the west.
Yeah, what time
And I
is
feel
it?
like that's common enough knowledge.
That sounds pretty true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What time is
But
it?
it's only like noon at this point.
Oh, God!
How much do you guys remember about the other druids you encountered yesterday?
Oh, how much do I remember? The fact that there were 4 other ones?
You mean encountered 2 weeks ago?
Well, yes. Yesterday in game time. Yes.
Yeah.
They had ornate armor, and one of them was maybe a woman. And outside of the game, we know that they can use tree stride, but in the game, we don't know what the fuck they're doing to walk in those trees.
Do you remember the one that Durkin tried to draw?
That's what I was gonna ask. Actually, wasn't he one of the non-senior members?